Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here at Spa-Francorchamps to check out the last round of our Tuesday evening league, the GTMC. I think it's going to be a bit of a bulky beginning because obviously I want to read you the tables and such what. Yeah, and let me turn me down, just making sure I was working. And it seems like I am. So yes, it's been 10 grueling weeks for the players, drivers, sim racers, whatever you want to call them out there. It's been a hell of a championship. It's all on YouTube, every round, if you want to check it out, if you're only just finding it. And if you are, you don't want to go any further because I'm just about to read you well, not the final tables, but the table before this round, this final round. And you might not want to know all these things. Let it be a surprise throughout the season. So, looking at the table up to the end of round 9, and surprisingly, without drop scores that is, Homesick Alien is leading the way on 370 points, ahead of second place Little SGGs with 367 points. Then in third is Liam Anfield on 357 points. Fourth, Matt Psycho on 325 points. IR Graham on 324 points, but I think IR Graham missed a round. He missed round 1, so drop scores won't affect him. And Matt Psycho hasn't missed a round yet. So, although I think Matt Psycho is unable to make Spa, so this will be his dropped round, I imagine. Them two. So IR Graham might be able to move ahead of Matt Psycho. Eleanor Kale, VDB in 6th on 292 points. 7th, Racer Brown on 280 points. In 8th is VRC Alphanut on 270 points, only 10 points behind Racer Brown. Everything to race for in this final round. And Racer Brown's only 12 points behind Kale, so there's loads up to grabs. 9th, Gazman on 352 points. In 10th, Eleanor Elevate on 211 points. In 11th, Guesty on 172 points. In 12th, Jam Huntington on 139 points. In 13th is VRC Skyjacker on 136 points. Only 3 points behind Jam Huntington. Lots to play for. Skyjacker's missed a couple of rounds as well, so he won't be dropping any scores. Everything he scores today is his own. In 14th, Noxie on 113 points. In 15th, Jim One Wise on 102 points. In 16th, Shadow Rider on 93 points. And in 17th, Eleanor Stigman 40 points because he stood in for one round for Elevate, I believe. So the constructors table up to the end of round 9 before drop scores is in first place Peugeot 693 points. In second, Audi with 681 points. In third, Nissan on 622 points. In fourth, BMW 543 points. Fifth, Toyota 452 points. In sixth, Lexus on 406 points. 7th, Ford 252 points. In 8th, the first of the independents, Mercedes on 93 points. And in 9th, Aston Martin on 102 points. I've obviously got them the wrong way round. Aston Martin must be ahead of Mercedes, sorry. I just write it how I saw it. I don't know. So that's the tables. I know you're probably not fussed, but got to get through it. So this is the GTMC, round 10. We have 2 races, 1 sprint race in the GR4 cars, which they've qualified in, and we will be looking at the grid shortly. And they will have a 15-minute race in those. Then there'll be a short loading break for us because we're loading up the replays. And then there'll be a 40-minute feature race in the GR3 cars. And that will have pit stops and a mandatory stop of hard. You have to use the second compound. I think all compounds are available. So with no further ado, we'll look at the grid. But I do hear there's a storm coming, so the feature race may be wet. Who knows? But the skies look blue there. They look fine. So hopefully those rain clouds will stay away. Boo, boo, rain clouds, stay away. Right, Let's have a look round at the grid then, and let's get on with this bad boy. We've been chatting too much. So in first place after qualifying, we can see little SGGs in the lone Peugeot today, because I don't believe we have any Matt Psycho. He had real life things to attend. Girlfriends to please, such what, birthdays to amend. In second spot we have Liam Anfield in the Audi. In third we have IR Graham, also in the Audi. Been phenomenal, those Audis this season, and the Peugeots. In fourth we have the Nissan of Homesick Alien. In fifth, Alpha Nut in the Lexus. In sixth we have Gazman in the second Nissan. In seventh we have Kale in the lead BMW. In eighth we have Racer Brown in the Toyota. In ninth we have the second BMW of Elevate. In 10th we have Guesty in the Toyota. In 11th we have Skyjacker in the Lexus. In 12th we have Noxie. And in 13th we have Jim 1 Wise. Doesn't look like there's any Jam Huntington today or Shadow Rider, but that's fine. We'll continue without them. So that's how the guys qualified. Let's get on with an interesting race here at Spa-Francorchamps. I don't need that bit of paper. I'll read you the real tables right at the very end of it all, I guess. Don't do that, just press circle, press exit. Don't forget to press play. Play. We're zooming in on the wrong man. We'll look at the front of the table, which is little GG's waiting for the red light here at Spa for round 10 of the GTMC sprint race in the Group 4 cars. And it's a long way. Go on. Wow, the Audi looks like it moved before little GG's Homesick Alien, of course, in the Nissan, looking to make the most of that power unit that can pull away like nothing else. He's gone into the first corner first, but little GG's of the inside, giving him a little love tap to let him know he's there. Liam Anfield in third, Alpha Nut in fourth, Gazman fifth. Oh no, IR Graham's dropped down to sixth. He's not had great starts this season, and there he is in sixth, ahead of Kale, and Skyjacker at eighth, Racer Brown in ninth, 10th is Elevate, Guesty is 11th, Noxie 12th, and Jim 1 Wise is in last place. There we see Homesick Alien and little GG still fighting out. Homesick Alien taking to the dirt to get past the Peugeot, and he manages it with Liam Anfield in hot pursuit of these. That's your top three so far on this first lap, but Homesick Alien having to brake. Liam Anfield up the side of little GG's. Looks like a little bit of tapping, but Liam has backed out of it. He's got a championship to think about. Can't be doing too much risky stuff. These three at the top here are the three contenders for the championship. So they do say it rises, and there they are, Homesick, little GG's and Liam Anfield, your championship protagonists, with Alpha Nut always promising to have good results. Something happens out of his power in these races a lot of the times, ends up putting him further back in the group. Guesty having an amazing start there in fifth spot ahead of Kale. Kale racing Skyjacker side by side, but Kale losing out there during through, what is it, Blanchemont? No, they're not even there yet. Corbett, give me a sec. Got my map upside down. Corbett, Paul, Schroeder. I'm not reading all that. Yes, but there you see Kale getting ahead of Skyjacker, but it was a tough race between the two of them. Bit of pushing and shoving. Noxie in the Ford Mustang, not Focus, that's what I drive. Jim 1 Wise there in the Aston Martin. I don't drive one of those. And oh, Graham, IR Graham, maybe, I'm sorry, we don't know why IR Graham's ended up right down there. We're going to have a couple of flicks back. We saw he was in sixth. My word, we're going back a lot. I do apologize. 12th at one point. Oh, there we see. So he was in sixth, going through a Rouge. Oh, he came across, what was that, a BMW? Was that Kale? Oh no, it was Gazman, I think. Gazman bounced off him. Gazman slowed down as well. So, oh dear. Oh my, looks like Gazman and IR Graham having a massive coming together through Eau Rouge. We've gone back virtually a whole lap. We saw Alpha was in fourth. Kale really far out there, coming back on the track. Skyjacker probably wants to get past. Oh, there's Elevate. Oh no, Elevate and Skyjacker having a coming together. Skyjacker not waiting around. Doesn't feel like it's his fault, maybe. Not sure. So Racer Brown into 8th behind Skyjacker. Where did Racer Brown qualify? So I thought Racer Brown was in 8th when he qualified, so he hasn't moved anywhere. Now Skyjacker coming across Kale. Saw Kale cutting the chicane quite a lot earlier. And then Elevate and Skyjacker having to come together, and Elevate has ended up right far back now as far as IR Graham 11th because of Elevate. And there's Gazman, obviously we saw coming together with IR Graham through Eau Rouge. He's really far back now. It's just a game of testing for him, just playing with the lap times, I imagine. How far back? He's quite a way back from Elevate. Elevate not that far back from IR Graham, and IR Graham already catching up the pack to try and see how far up he can go. It looks like they're all stuck behind Kale at the moment. He seems to be the wedge, although he's pulled away from Skyjacker, so maybe Skyjacker is the wedge. The bung. Keep an eye on that battle. Up front though, Liam Anfield there, and Little GG's. We'll go back a couple, see what was going on there, because we saw Homesick and Little GG. Oh yeah, this is around about where we were up to, wasn't it? Homesick Alien further out. Little GG's then taking the lead from Homesick Alien. He hung it out, and they both crit past the Alien. The Alien's trying to keep it with them. Little GG's ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield having a look at Little GG's. He's having a look up the inside. They're tapping. They're having a door up. And Liam Anfield looking like he's forcing his way up the inside, and that's it. He has taken the lead. Congratulations, there you go. Little GG's, nothing he could do about that. Tried to close the door, but Liam Anfield already there, said nope. My corner now, and there's Homesick Alien, just 2 wheels out wide. He lost 2 places, absolutely crazy. Alphanut holding that 4th spot. Doesn't look like it's over between Liam and Little GG's going in to the source, the tight corner. Can Little GG's outbreak Liam Anfield? No. Now we're running up. I'll tell you what, we're running up to a Rouge, sat in a Nissan in 3rd place around Spa. The sun is shining down. It couldn't be a nicer day. There we see Liam Anfield, Little GG's following him through a Rouge Radion, and there we go. Oh, Homesick taking all of the curb. Does he get a good launch out of that? He does look like he's catching up the 2 cars in front, but it looks like Little GG's managing to make a move on Liam Anfield. We've got to go up there. There we go. Little GG's powering past Liam Anfield to take the lead of this race. We're on what, lap 2? My word, we've seen overtaking galore already. This is crazy racing. This is great. There's Liam Anfield. He's looking for another way past. I know there is another 11 cars racing apart from these 2, but these 2 are going at it, and it is for the championship. It really is. You're looking at 2nd and 3rd in the championship going at it, with 1st just behind them. Before drop scores do every difference. They do really make a difference. Everyone drops their lowest results. I don't know if it's 1 or 3. We'll have a look at the table. But Little GG's then ahead of Liam Anfield now. It looks like he's getting a good steady run going, getting into a rhythm, pulling out a bit of space. But we know that Peugeot can be cruel to its tyres later in the race, so one to watch. Liam Anfield just needs to sit and wait and hold his breath. There, Alphanut still holding that 4th place, with Guesty in a great 5th, with his teammate Racer Brown, who's quite high in the championship. Racer Brown in 7th, 280 points, only 12 points behind Kale, quite ahead of Kale. So Guesty, maybe he'll let his teammate by, maybe he wants that 5th spot for himself. Guesty's top finish this season is 5th. So maybe he'll be wanting to hold that 5th spot for himself ahead of his teammate Racer Brown. IR Graham making his way through the field, already up to 7th. We haven't seen one of his overtaking manoeuvres. I do apologise, IR Graham, but he is just past Skyjacker. He must have passed Elevate. Oh, Elevate's got past a few people. Jim One Wise has dropped down. Noxie and Jim One Wise hard at racing here. It looks like Noxie going for the inside line in the Ford Mustang, but no, Jim One Wise just ahead. Noxie had to get out of it, and Jim One Wise crosses the line in 10th spot ahead of Noxie. Gazman there 12th. Oh, Kale's dropped out of it altogether. We don't know what happened to Kale on the feeds. Yes, I don't know. I honestly don't know what's happened to Kale there. I can't keep flicking back all through it all, I'm apologising. But there, Kale at the back, just chasing down Gazman, who we saw going together with IR Graham. Then up in the front there we see Liam Anfield under attack. Oh no, it was Little GG's leading, so it looks like these are just going to keep swapping. in the tow all the way around, but they are starting to lose the Alien now. The Alien dropping back from him, can't maintain the speed. He did a 2:27.7 on his last lap. Little GG's got the fastest lap on the second lap with a 2:26.136. Liam Anfield a 2:26.969. Nothing in it between these top three then. Alpha Not fourth. He looks like he's dropped back from the Alien as well himself. He did a 2:30.2 on his first flying lap of the race. Guesty still ahead of his teammate Racer Brown, but Racer Brown's closing in on him. IR Graham ahead of Skyjacker, we saw, so he's chasing down Racer Brown at 4th, 6th spot, and you can see him just disappearing around the corner. That's all he needs. It's like a red rag to a bull. Skyjacker, oh, going out wide there in 8th spot, but Elevate also following the same route as Skyjacker. Jim One Wise nearly following that route, and Noxie could make up a few spaces here. Noxie closing down on Jim One Wise after Jim One Wise having that small off. It looks like Elevate and Skyjacker too far ahead. You can just see Elevate in the distance. Noxie now all over Jim One Wise. He's looking for a way past. Jim One Wise is using the curbs and then some. And Elevate looking for a way up the inside. Jim One Wise hanging out wide, trying to use every bit of the track, trying to get every single brake horsepower out of that Aston Martin. But the Mustang, oh, they're about even. They're coming up now. Noxie on the outside and Jim One Wise slipping it there, but they're going to go into some heavy braking zone now. Noxie looking for the inside line up here. They're both on the brakes. There it goes. Look, Noxie a little bit later on the brakes, and he's moved up the inside of Jim One Wise. Great move there from Noxie. So, oh God, I've gone too far back, but Jim One Wise coming back. That Aston Martin looks a bit faster. Out a bit. It's not stutter. I don't know. I just can't get my words out this evening. That Aston Martin looks like it's faster out the corners than the Ford, yes. So Liam Anfield and Little GG still at it side by side. This is a crazy race. Little GG's now taking the lead on lap 4. How many times have these two overtaken each other? 2, 3 times. Liam Anfield chasing down the Peugeot. This is a race to the bitter end, I must say. We're 8.5 minutes through this 15-minute race on lap 4, and it is relentless between Little GG's and Liam Anfield. Homesick Alien cannot keep up with the pace of the two ahead of him. They're doing 27s, and he's doing 29s. He's 2 seconds off of their pace. And there we see Alpha Nut. He's on 2:30. He's nearly 3 seconds off the pace of the two guys in the lead. Oh, it looks like Racer Brown. Oh no. Oh, and IR Graham. Sorry. Oh, Guesty, you probably don't want to watch it. We'll flip back. See 6th. So Racer Brown got you quite a while ago. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Racer Brown. No. Got past Guesty. Sorry, guys. I can't rewind a whole. I think I'll go 40 seconds at best. I don't want to go too far, but we can see how IR Graham managed to get past Guesty. He's not that far behind his teammate. He did a 2:31.9 on that lap. Racer Brown did a 2:29.9. That's some indication why he might be slightly ahead. He's doing some great lap times. IR Graham a 2:27. He's doing the same times as the two in the lead. He's still some way off, but I can imagine he can carry a lot of speed with that Audi through Rouge. There he goes. Absolute monster of a car. And he's just, you can see, just rolling straight up to the back of Guesty to make the move imminently. Sit bottom of the. I don't know why I feel I need to tell you. I think it's just in case you hear some weird gurgling. There you go. Took it around the outside before they got to the corner. IR Graham supreme in that Audi. So up ahead, Little GG's. This battle continues, and it's never ending. Looks like Liam's tyres are a little bit better than Little GG's. But at the moment, Little GG's has track position, which means Liam Anfield has to do the work. Homesick Alien, you can see him just in the distance, only just a couple of corners behind. Don't know what his tyres are looking like. Third place tyres looking about the same as Alpha Knot. Racer Brown in that 5th spot, being chased down by IR Graham. Guesty in 7th. Skyjacker up to 8th, ahead of Elevate. Elevate, he looked like he was out of it earlier. He's in 9th now. 10, we saw Noxie getting past Jim on Wise. Jim on Wise in 11th, just following Noxie. Kale has got past Gazman, only just though. Gazman sticking to the back of the BMW. So Little GG still leading this race. 9.5 minutes through. We have only got 5.5 minutes left. What's that? 2 more laps for these Group 4 cars to get around Spa-Francorchamps for round 10 of the GTMC here at the Virtual Racers Club. So Little GG's still leading the way going into La Source. But is it the toe? This is where they keep overtaking each other, just after a Rouge. So Liam Anfield sitting tight in that toe, behind Little GG's heading in. They must lose some drive though through that when they're sitting in the toe. There you go, you can see he's fighting the wheel, but he just swings up to the back of the Peugeot. Absolutely fantastic. Pulls out of the toe, looks for the move. Little GG's protecting his line. There you see, he's just edging. No, he didn't quite edge enough ahead. And now has to wait for another lap. Unless Little GG's tyres start getting a little bit old, starts losing a bit of grips. Hasn't given up yet. Liam Anfield all over the back of Little GG's at the moment. He's pulling out, he's trying to get the inside line. Oh my lord, he's just gone down there. He just late braked himself down the inside of Little GG's. Now Little GG's got it all to do. He's got it all to do. He's got to keep to the back of Liam Anfield, try and catch that toe and pull ahead of the Audi. Meanwhile, Homesick Alien a little bit further back in a little bit of a world of his own. You can still see those two ahead in the distance. And Alpha has been caught up by Racer Brown and IR Graham. We have got a battle here. IR Graham looking to get past Racer Brown while he's being held up by Alpha. And he's moved up the inside of Racer Brown. Racer Brown, nothing he can do about that. I think he was lining Alpha up for a move, and IR Graham impatient. He's not waiting for that. He swooped past Racer Brown, and now Racer Brown is sitting on the back of IR Graham's car, waiting to see what he is going to do about Alpha Knot. Alpha Knot is a great defensive driver though. It's a real struggle to get past him. There you can see he will take a defensive line, and you have to drive around. And that is very difficult when you don't have the grunt. So do we know Liam Anfield is ahead? He's pulled away from Little GG's now. Little GG's starting to feel a bit of, I heard the Peugeot does wear its tyres out near the end of a race, more so than the other cars, and you can see there Liam Anfield's tyres are just a tip of them are red, whereas Little GG's looks like he's starting to feel some pain in them tyres. Can Homesick come back in? No, it looks like Homesick's having just as much pain as Little GG's in those tyres. And here we can see a battle royale. Now Guesty's joined in. He said, "Are you guys having a race? Hey up, I'll have a go at that." So Guesty just tailing on to the back of this three-way battle for 4th spot. IR Graham ahead of Racer Brown. Oh no, that's Guesty, sorry, that's Racer Brown. Guesty just there in the distance with Skyjacker not that far behind. They all get a little bit stuck behind Alpha, and you can see Elevate lining Skyjacker up for a move. I want to look at these guys. Alpha's just got to the top of Rouge. He's alright, he's ahead of IR Graham. This is where the Audi is strong. We've seen Liam Anfield do it to Little GG's. Coming up to this next corner, he's pulled out of the toe. He can make the move before the corner, but we know that Lexus has got some grunt. He's holding it side by side. Oh my god, you hold your breath. He's got to go the long way. Alpha holding that inside line, but now IR Graham got the inside line. There was a few bishes and bashes, but in all fairness, it looked like IR Graham had the inside line for the second part of that corner. So Alpha Knot down into 5th spot, and he's got Racer Brown and Guesty teaming up on the back of him with Skyjacker, trying to deal with Elevate. Elevate looking, see if there's a door open, not quite yet. Being patient now, Elevate, trying to find a way. He's got himself half car length up, but no, Skyjacker on the inside. Also a great defensive driver. Elevate looks like he's got a little oomph out of the corners. He's got the inside line now. They're side by side going to the corner. Elevate is in the inside and he's made the move. He's made the move in the BMW. And now he's got to maintain it in front of Skyjack. Skyjack's tyres looking very painful, whereas Elevate's not so bad. But can he come back? Ooh, scary braking when your tyres are as ripped as that. So Liam Anfield there looking happy as a lamb. Sitting quite ahead of the flock. Little GG's trailing behind those tyres. He could not make them last. He did a 29.3 on his last lap. Liam did a 28.1. So both feeling pain in the tyres, but it looks like Little GG's pain is a little more than Liam Anfield's on that last lap. Liam Anfield crossing the line to post a 2:28.9, where Little GG's manages a 2:30. Yeah, really feeling it now in those tyres. Luckily, Homesick Alien is having just as much pain, doing a 2:32. Now IR Graham released from the battle behind, but the battle behind, Racer Brown, looking like he wants... Ooh, we're finishing. IR Graham's just finished. So Racer Brown just got ahead of Alpha at the end there. Guesty coming across the line in 7th. With Elevate managing to get ahead of Skyjacker. 9th for Skyjacker. 10th for Noxie. 11th for Guesty. He got himself ahead of Jim Wise in the end, and Kale dropping behind. So Gazman not so bad after all. Jim Wise in 11th, and there Kale finishing in 13th. So the lead of this race, sorry, I've left that pause thing up. So the lead of this race, Liam Anfield ahead of Little GG's, but I think the space now is absolute. Oh gosh, Homesick Aliens tyres are ready to go off on their own. So there they are doing the final lap. The 3 championship leaders getting 1 lap extra than the rest of the fields. And I don't think that changes any of my stats. I had stats to read you. Did I read you that this season's had 6 different race winners and 10 different racers have had podiums, not including any standings, because I can't remember where Stigman finished. But yeah, them 3 have all been previous podium and race winners, so that doesn't change them stats. But yeah, 6 different race winners in a whole season, that's good. 10 different racers have had podiums. It's over half the field that took part. And there we see these guys just bringing it home now. I don't think there's anything anyone can do. Got a nice steady run up Blanchemont. Little GG's dropping a little further behind, but Homesick too far behind to do anything, and his tyres, I just don't think he's got the tyres. Really doesn't, but a great podium position nonetheless. But the championship, I imagine he'd want it to be the other way. So what was it? Homesick was leading on 370, Little GG's 367, and Liam Anfield on 357. So they flipped that upside down. And there you go. Congratulations, Liam Anfield. Great win with Matt Psycho paying a penalty, it looks like. Just, not Matt Psycho, Little GG's. Matt Psycho's not here. And in 3rd, pause it before he gets there. So I forgot to do that last time, is Homesick Alien, because we don't get the results. So there you go, your race winner of race 1 of round 10, the sprint race, was Liam Anfield. Fantastic stuff for his championship chances, but he's quite far behind. But remember, drop scores make all the difference. That will be adding to the 5 wins he's already had this season, so that's 6 wins in all. Fantastic win. Well, we've got one more race to go, don't forget, so he could have 7 wins, you don't know. Little GG's in 2nd place. Fantastic stuff. He led the race earlier, but I think his tyres let him down in the end. And his form of late's been great. 2nd today, 3rd in the last feature, 2nd in the last sprint, 1st in the feature for round 8, 2nd in the sprint for round 8. So great run of form for Little GG's at the end of this season. Homesick Alien finishing in 3rd spot. Only what Only one win this season. Yeah, just the one win for Homesick Alien. Plenty of seconds, loads of seconds and thirds. Well, actually, that might be his first third. No, he's had a third, so that's 2 thirds and 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 4, 5 second places. So great work from the Alien. I didn't move on to the Alien though, did I? Go on, go to the Alien. No, you're not going to go to the Alien. Can I make you go to the Alien? There you go. Keyboard did it. So 4th for IR Graham. Come off of a win from the last race at round 9, the feature race at Blue Moon Speedway. But we saw he had a problem through Eau Rouge. Well, he had a bit of a slow start, and then he had an issue with Gazman through Eau Rouge, put him right to the back, and he fought his way through up into 4th spot. So that's a great race for IR Graham. Racer Brown we saw down in 8th. He's worked his way up into 5th spot. Fantastic stuff. In 6th we have Alphanut. He was holding that 4th for so long, but I think his tyres gave up on him in the end, slipping him down into 6th position. In 7th we have Guesty in the 2nd Toyota, doing a fine job for the points for the team. In 8th we have the top BMW of Elevate, 8th spot there, fighting tough with Skyjacker we saw during the race. In 9th, oh hang on a minute, yeah, I guess he is a Toyota. I saw that. In 9th we have a Skyjacker, excuse me. 10th is Noxie, that's 11th, that's 10th is Noxie. That's a great finish for Noxie. The season he's had, his best finish this season has been 10th, so he's equalled his best in that dog of a car, the Ford Mustang. So going out with a semi-bang is Noxie. 11th Gazman, with the bang he had with IR Graham. He was always on an uphill struggle afterwards. 12th Jim 1 Wise. Where are you on my sheet? 12th. I was going to say that's his highest, but it's equaling his highest. He also finished 12th in the sprint. No, he finished 10th. Finished 10th at round 1 feature race, and he's had a couple of 12ths. So Jim on Wise doing well at the end of the season. And 13th for Kale. I imagine he would be glad to forget that race. Like I said, no Matt Psycho, no Shadow Rider, and no Jam Huntington. Wow, right, for closure sakes we'll go over to 3, and I'll let that go over the line, because sometimes I cut it off and turn it off and people are like, oh no, I like to see it play out. So there you go. And Scaly manages to get to the line in 3rd. Car doesn't explode, turn into fire, and everyone shuffles up 1. I'm taking a sip there. I could do that during loading times. Now I am going to give you a heads up, because I don't think there's any way of hiding it. I did hear there was a red flag, so we are going to watch the red flag start before we go on to the rolling start. Oh, I didn't look at what the random number is. I don't even know if it'll be in the randomator now. Give me 2 seconds. Well, if I press play, this is going to take a while to load up anyway. Nope, because I loaded it up earlier. Hang on. I might be able to. I don't know what the randomator will be. Oh, the random draw says 8th. So who finished in 8th would be Elevate. Elevate should be on pole then, if this is all good and well, and I wrote all my numbers in cleverly. With Guesty on 2nd, we'll have a C. But yes, I heard there was a red flag situation. So, ooh, and look, storm clouds did show up in the end. I heard rumours. Rain was coming in the later evening, and it looks like it's come just at the wrong time for the feature race. So those poor buggers are out there on their wet tyres. Ooh, let me get to the front there. On their wet tyres to try and sneak around Spa. We had this in HPEC on round 9 and it was crazy racing. So sit tight, ladies and gents, this is going to be mental, First of all, we've got to get the red flag out of the way. So Elevate making a good start. Guess IR Graham absolutely making a storming start there. IR Graham coming through. And it looks, it's all water and mist and everything in the first corner in La Source. Everything's looking okay. Looks like Guesty. Oh, now, yes, we can see lots of action there. So let us pause this. Crazy stuff. Liam Anfield's moved up. Racer Brown's got himself up into third. That's not letting me do anything there. Wow. Racer Brown in third. Elevate in fourth. Jim and Wise up into fifth. So if we knock this back, something happened with Guesty and Alphanut is what I am guessing. So if we find Guesty second, have we already before La Source here? Oh, this is still the straight. I've gone right back. So we'll sit on the back of Guesty. Sorry, Guesty, I'm not picking on you. It looked like it was all around happening. So here we go. We get through La Source. Okay, everyone looks fine so far. A little knock with Alpha. Oh, yeah, there we see. Yeah, Alpha, I think, and Guesty get a bit tangled up. Where should we go? IR Graham, he's staying way out wide there. Alpha, sit on the back of Alpha. So there we can see Guesty and Alpha have had a come into, well, you know, they've shared the same bit of road. Guesty has swung around. Looks like he's hit Little GG's along with him. So Little GG's going way out there. Guesty going that way. Alpha trying to stay in a straight line. IR Graham staying out of trouble. Liam Anfield flying through. He's taking the opportunity. I guess IR Graham has lifted for the incident. There we see Guesty going into the wall. Stage right. And Liam and Little GG's leaving. Stage left. Oh no, IR Graham's jumped right up into first. He must have lagged up front. So Liam Anfield, Guesty's there. Alpha is losing that spot. Skyjacker coming across these two now with Elevate just behind him. I think, Alpha looks like he's kinked out to move out the way of... Skyjacker has moved out of the way of Alpha, and it looks like Elevate's also moving out the way, heading in that direction. So Racer Brown we saw going right up into like third place or something, wasn't it? So sitting on board Racer Brown, we can see Guesty has disappeared after hitting the wall. Little GG's still out there wide. Skyjacker, I think he swung out of Alpha's way and he's gone right over there towards Little GG's. So far I imagine Little GG's, Alpha and Guesty can all shout red flag. And we can see here Racer Brown coming through. What's going on over there? Oh, see Skyjacker there clipping the front of Little GG's, having his off. So yeah, there's enough shouts there, I imagine, for a red flag. And Jim on Wise, he's just cool as a cucumber, look. Swinging it straight up into fifth spot there. As we see Skyjacker running out of roads. And yeah, Jim on Wise moving up into fifth. Cool as a cucumber, as I said. Seventh there we see Alphanut, who originally got hit by Guesty, I guess. Guesty moved over onto Alpha. Swung his front end around, clipped Little GG's. Little GG's went off into the wall. Skyjacker made a void in action, hit Little GG's. And it looks like Elevate lost out somehow. No, Elevate... Oh no, Kale's just behind us. So where did Elevate end up through all of that? I don't know where Elevate ended up. There's Guesty. Oh, Homesick. He looks like he's had an issue, but I didn't see him amongst any of that. So... I don't know why Homesick's down there. The other Nissan's down there. You can see Little GG's still off. I don't know where Elevate was. Oh, Elevate fourth. So no, he wasn't affected too badly. It was Skyjacker, Alpha, Guesty, and Little GG's. Little GG's and Guesty were losing out the most, I think. So yeah, I think that's what caused your red flag, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Let's sit. Let's carry it on then. I think now they'll just be leaving, so we'll see how it goes. Press play, get rid of that, go back to G, man, G. So IR Graham leading over Rouge with Liam Anfield, the other Audi in second, Racer Brown in third, Elevate fourth. I don't know if it's been called yet. Jim on Wise 5th. Kale is moved up to... Oh, someone's gone. Liam Anfield has disappeared out. I suppose he's already quit out. He's seen the red flag. So there you go. They're all going. And there you go. So that was your red flag situation. What usually happens is the grid is reset for a rolling start. So now we'll have to wait for that load sign. Fantastic stuff. It's going to be quite a long one. It feels like I've already been on for a while. And I've still got a 40-minute race to do. Why not, eh? The last GTMC, why shouldn't it be a bumper special? A nice lengthy race. And the championship is still in the air with Liam Anfield taking the win in the race one, in the sprint race. I couldn't think of sprint. I think it's strike 1 in the sprint race, with little GG's in second, Homesick third. So that'll be interesting for the championship. I didn't see any fastest laps, I'm afraid. I wasn't paying attention. Oopsie. Don't forget to join our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. Have a look around. Skyjacker puts a lot of time and effort into it. It looks very cool. There's things you can buy now, some at discount, through our website. Acelith steering wheel. They look absolutely fantastic. And I've been hinting to my wife about these heel tread toes, heel tread socks. Hang on a minute. I want to get it right. I don't want to keep messing it up. Yeah, heel tread socks. About going on our website, going and having a look at that, because I wouldn't mind some of them socks. I do like them. I don't know what I want though. Some old Marlboro McLarens, if they do them. I've never looked through their menu. And obviously, if you want to tidy up your wheel, you can't buy an Acelith, a mod wheel, but you still want to be different. Lovely Stickers is a friend of ours. You can get to through our website, and they do great decals for wheels and such what. Looks like now we're just loading up for the rolling start. Rolling. Here at round 10 for the GTMC feature race. Now, I'm not sure how it works with wet. I don't suppose they have to use 2 compounds, so this will be interesting. Strategies will be different than they usually would be here in the GTMC, because I think they usually have to change compound and use that compound for at least 3 laps, whereas now they won't have to. There you go. There's the grid with 8th place being reversed. So Elevate, Guesty, Alpha Nut in 3rd, Racer Brown 4th. Let's get rid of those big numbers. It's absolutely chucking down, Duck. We're watching Elevate, but this... Oh no, they're doing another standing start. How bizarre. We usually, the rule is to go rolling start, but it looks like we are having another standing start. God, I haven't loaded up the wrong one, have I? There, it looks like it's very similar. I.R. Graham making a great move. No, he went around the outside last time, but Elevate holding that position against I.R. Graham with Alpha Nut in 3rd. Someone went wide, I think. Guesty has gone out wide there. Racer Brown managing to get past him. Liam Anfield in 5th. Here's a whole wash of cars going down this hill, and they can't see anything because of the rain. There you see headlights. Racer Brown in 7th. Guesty in 8th. There we've got Noxie in 9th. Homesick in 10th. 11th we have Kale. 12th Jim on Wise. Gazman in 13th. So leading all the way. Oh, losing the back end out of Rouge, and we can see a Lexus off. It's not Alpha Nut though. Alpha Nut still in 3rd. Behind I.R. Graham with Elevate still leading, with Elevate's back end was wiggling all over the place as he got to the top of Eau Rouge, and now he can see I.R. Graham's Audi just Elevate's trying to stay in there. It's wet, they can't brake. Look at them all trying to slow these cars down. Little Gigi's going ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield in 5th, Guesty 6th. It's an absolute mess out there. No one's crashing. It's just absolutely awash with cars. It looks like Homesick lost the back end there. Is he going down? He has. He's down to 10th, and we saw his back end just stepping out. There it looks like Kale going for the wide line, and it looked like, oh, someone nicked in there. Someone nipped in there. It was Noxie. Noxie nipped in there, give KO a little bump. 12th there, we see Skyjacker after we saw him going really, really wide through a Rouge. It's so dark. The visibility is absolutely shocking. IR Graham has somehow got past Elevate. Well, we saw him getting past Elevate just after a Rouge because Elevate lost the back end a little bit. Elevate struggling with that BMW. That rear wheel drive in the rain must be an absolute nightmare. Guesty in third in that Toyota Supra, doing an absolutely stand-up job. We saw he drop down a few places. He's managed to get past Liam Anfield, Racer Brown, Little GG's and Homesick Alien. There is Alpha. Alpha's dropped down a lot. Alpha's down to 8th now. We saw he was in 3rd. He's down to 8th. Oh my gosh. Gasman up into 9th. This race is moving around like mad. Kale in 10th. We saw he was in last. Jim on Wise is in 10th. He's just moved up the inside of Kale. Kale out wide. Ooh, Jim on Wise. It looked a bit tough going up the inside. IR Graham. Where I saw IR Graham in 11th. 12th. Oh, IR Graham's had a spin. He was leading. Oh, sorry, I mean, I know I haven't been doing replays on anyone, but IR Graham, he was leading this race. We must see what happened. So there we see IR Graham on the curves. He's doing okay at the moment. We know that Audi is quite skittish. There we see the BMW sliding around behind. Oh, he hit the curb and that was it. It was all done. Oh, poor IR Graham leading the race, touched the curbs. Now Elevate will be absolutely cacking it. He will not want to touch those curbs. He's seen what's happened to IR Graham. He wants a nice steady race. He's going to stick down there, bed down. Guesty sees an opportunity. Wet racers, why not? Time for the underdog, they say. So Guesty hounding the BMW. Racer Brown, these Toyotas, they do like it wet, don't they, eh? And there we can see Elevate struggling to slow his BMW down into the chicane, and Guesty all over the back of him. But the BMW, has it got grunt? No, Guesty is pulling out. He's pulling out. He's got more grip. He's got more speed in the wet, and now he's taking the lead. Elevate and Racer Brown going for the inside line. Guesty holding it there, but there we can see Elevate moving up the inside. There's 4 cars all racing, 5 cars. 5 cars all alongside each other. It looks like Little GG just lost it. Looks like Little GG has lost it. Oh my, no, he's still there. He's holding on. Wow, I thought we saw the back of his car sliding. He's dripped to the back of that group. Elevate still leading from Guesty. Liam Anfield moving ahead of Little GG's. It's Racer Brown that lost out the most out of that. Racer Brown, just head down. That Toyota's good. He can crack on. 6th for Alpha Nut. He's under pressure from Gasman in 7th. Jim on Wise 8th ahead of Skyjacker, who is ahead of Noxie in 10th. Homesick Alien on a peculiar place for him back in 11th. Nissan not working so much in the wet. Kale there in 12th with IR Graham after his massive off in the lead. Back in 13th. Oh, shame. So Elevate is ahead of Guesty. Guesty's there. He's trying. He's looking down again. Elevate doing everything he can. That BMW not comfortable in the rain. Guesty now under fire from Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield's not scared of the curbs. He'll drive on the curbs. Guesty still staying ahead of the Audi with Little GG's looking. There's a championship at stake for the Audi and the Peugeot. They're fighting it out, duking it out. But Guesty is in their way at the moment. Guesty sliding around the corner, but he's making it. He's on the curb. And there you go. Liam Anfield and Little GG's moving up the inside. That's all it takes. One small mistake, but there. Liam Anfield out wide. Liam Anfield out really, really wide. Can anyone do it? Racer Brown has moved up to the long side him. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. There Liam Anfield moving ahead of Racer Brown. Are you following this? I am barely struggling to keep up. Christ almighty, there Liam Anfield, the back end stepping out again. He has got no fear. He will slap that accelerator down no matter what. And Racer Brown sitting in 5th place, just watching this, waiting for an opportunity. So Little GG's we saw getting ahead of Guesty, and now Little GG's is all over Elevate in the Peugeot. He's moving up the inside along the straight line, but Elevate there side by side, but Little GG's getting the inside line, but no, Elevate pulling just slightly ahead. Wow, what a race. They're not scared in the rain. Man alive, I'd be running and hiding in a corner somewhere, but not there, not these guys. Fearless, Elevate leading. We saw he struggled through the chicane earlier. That's when Guesty was all over the back of him, and there you can see little GG's getting better traction out of the corner, and he has taken the lead from Elevate. Elevate slipping in behind, trying to get a toe through Eau Rouge. We're just starting lap 3 now. Guesty in third. He's under threat from Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield trying to get through Le Source with Racer Brown just behind him. Racer Brown hasn't given up on this race at all. Liam Anfield in 5th with Racer Brown near enough alongside him. Just behind them, Gazman has got past Alphanut, and Alphanut is in 7th with Skyjacker in 8th. Noxie is in 9th, having a great race there. 10th is Homesick Alien, and 11th there, Jim on Wise. Kale in 12th, and I.R. Graham not making any impact there so far at the back. I've said there a lot, haven't I? I've got to watch that. Little GG's then pulling away from Elevate. Elevate finding the BMW a handful, to say the least, here in the wet, but he's going faster through the first sector than anyone has gone before. Guesty still holding that 3rd spot. In fact, he's pulled away from Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield defending from Racer Brown. Let's have a look at what this looks like for the players. It is oh, you can't cross F12. Rubbish. And you can see there's barely any visibility out there. No grip whatsoever. He's on the brakes. They're sliding through the corner. Liam Anfield catching back up with the back of Guesty. You can see Elevate just ahead of Guesty. Oh no, Liam Anfield having a knock. What happened? Sorry, Liam Anfield, we've got to go back and have a look. My gosh, 4th. So Liam Anfield, we see just going around that corner, everything was fine. We were sitting in Racer Brown's car. We can't see so far he's going. Has he gone on that curb? No. Just the momentum of the corner swinging the Audi around. He saved it best he could and ended up joining just ahead of Alphanut. Alphanut, has he got the momentum? He's coming up alongside Liam Anfield to try and take the inside of this corner. Can they stop it in the wet? They're just inches apart. My God, inches apart going through the corner, and Alpha just managing to get ahead of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield seeing his championship slipping away, with little GG's leading this race. Homesick Alien is out of it, but little GG's still a very close competitor in the championship now. Little GG's leading the way from Elevate. Elevate, oh, going out wide. Guesty is going to be all over him, anything not in front of him. Guesty with a nosebleed. Lap 3 in 2nd spot with his teammate Racer Brown just behind. 4th place, we see Gazman's moved up. Alphanut, gosh, that really did, as Elevate left. I saw headlights just disappear. Liam Anfield down into 6th spot. We saw he had a small off, yes we did, and we saw Alphanut getting past him. Noxie in 7th, Skyjacker 8th, 9th for Homesick Alien, 10th for Jim One Wise, 11th for Kale. I.R. Graham, no, Elevate, he's still going, I apologise, he hasn't pulled out. Wow, he lost a lot of time with that small mistake. So little GG's then leading the way from Guesty, the Rainmeister, shall we call him. Guesty under pressure from Racer Brown. Racer Brown probably thinking, come on man, championship, I'm 7th. I'm 7th. Got 280 points, only 12 points behind Kale, and Kale is having 2 apps. Oh, hang on a minute, what happened? Oh yeah, Guesty is in 2nd. Sorry, I thought, hang on, shouldn't Guesty be in 3rd? But he's not, he's in 2nd. That's how unused to it I am. Little GG's leading the way from the 2 Toyotas in 2nd and 3rd. This will be great for their manufacturers. Where was Toyota? Toyota 5th. Behind BMW, the BMWs are behind them too at the moment, so only good things could happen. Alphanut retaking that position off of Gazman, getting control of the Lexus now in the rain. Gazman struggling to find grip. He's got Liam Anfield pressuring him. Gazman's just drifting now. He's using the Nissan for a Tokyo drift moment. Looks like those Nissans are a struggle to keep a hold of in the wet. They did so well at Tokyo in the wet, they just disappeared. Thought they were built for the wet, but no. Here at Spa, they look like a big old ant. Look at it. It's just going away from his traction controls, lighting up like a Christmas tree. It's like there's Morse code happening on that dashboard. And the Nissan's Morse coding me, it's saying, help me, help me, help me. There is no traction here. So Gasman fighting with the traction control, the slide on the Nissan, ahead of Liam Anfield in 6th. 7th is Noxie, having a great race there, ahead of Skyjacker, who is in 8th place. Kale is up to 9th. Homesick Alien, oh my. Homesick Alien racing Jim One Wise and Elevate. Look at these three in their own little race in the back. No, Kale, sorry. Ahead of Homesick Alien, who is trying to get ahead of Jim One Wise. There we see Jim One Wise holding it around there. And we see, oh, I thought Kale had lost control. He's lost control now. He's hit Homesick. Homesick nudged Jim One Wise, but they've survived. Jim One Wise coming out ahead of that little crew in 9th place, with Homesick Alien in 10th. Elevate up into 11th. Kale there. Oh, Jim One Wise. He's gone wide. Oh, he got dizzy. He got dizzy. He didn't know what to do. So he's had a half. I really struggle to drive these cars in this rain. I pass no judgment whatsoever because I don't think I'd complete a lap. I really don't. It's unbelievable what these guys do. And there we see IR Graham catching up the Aston Martin of Jim One Wise, but not managing to just Jim One Wise off wide again, and then whoa, he bulleted off to another direction. There we see little GG's then. He's got the fastest lap so far of a 2:43.407. Guesty and his teammate Racer Brown alongside each other. Racer Brown, he'll want them points for second, I imagine. Alphanut 4th. We saw he was 4th earlier, now back to 4th after a bit of shenanigans. There's Liam Anfield in 5th. He got ahead of Gasman, but we saw Gasman's back end just would not settle down. They're all on the wet tyres. I don't think anyone's gone for intermediate. So Noxie in 7th place, quite ahead of, not yet, he's got a lovely space. I wonder if there'll be pit stops. Where are we? We're 12 minutes into this 40-minute race, and no one looks like, I have seen wet in the H-Beck, the tyres did wear. Looks like Skyjacker down behind Homesick Alien. These four are having a great time, and they, Kale, Elevate, Homesick, all racing each other. The two teammates, the two South Africans in the HP Wheel Deal team, ahead of the Nissan of Homesick Alien. Shall we sit on board with Kale for a little bit, enjoy this, following his teammate. Oh, his teammate's out wide, and it looks like we're through. You can see, you can hear these, just doesn't want to sit on that accelerator. He's barely touching it, just creeping round at this point. Oh, I thought we were going to follow Elevate for a bit. Where did Elevate end up then? Elevate fell down to 9th spot. Just went out wide a little bit. Skyjacker, a man on the move then, 10th place. You can see the two Beamers, you can see another Beamer. Elevate just struggling to keep that car on the road at the moment. What a fight he's having. We saw he was leading the race earlier, but at the moment he's just struggling to get around the corners. He wants to go fast. You can tell he just wants to go fast, and it's not about going fast in the rain. So little GG's still all Guesty and Racer Brown absolutely going for it. No team orders in the Toyota team, and it looks like Racer Brown lost it, but he's caught it again. Phew. Wow, watch out boys, this is a great finish, and you've got an Alpha Nut chasing you down. Don't lose time with each other. Guesty doing a 2:47.836 on his last lap. Racer Brown a 2:46.9, so Racer Brown's slightly faster, but Alpha Nut doing a 2:48. He's done a 2:46.2 on that last lap, 2 seconds faster than he's managed before, so he is really being able to pull out the hammer on that. And 2:46 for Liam Anfield. Gasman doing a 2:50. That Nissan a real handful. He's found himself into 6th spot though, so can't grumble. Noxie not far behind, going slightly faster. Come on Noxie, get one good result out of that blooming horrible Ford. Little GG still leading the way. It's all looking good for the championship. I'm not sure how it's going to go at this point. I cannot tell you. My word, Guesty still ahead of Racer Brown. These Toyotas are starting to stress me out now. I'm worried they're going to take each other out, and I don't want to see that. I want to see these Toyotas finish good. end the season strong on a high note. That's what you want. Alphanut though, he's stalking them down. He's faster than them. He knows what he's doing in that Lexus. He's taking Liam Anfield with him in the Audi. The championship not all lost yet. And there you see Racer Brown then taking second from Guesty as he outbraked himself. Can Guesty come back? It looks like Guesty. Oh no. So Guesty down into third spot. Don't lose your head, Guesty. Just follow your teammates. Don't race each other. Don't slow each other down, please. Don't take each other out either. Don't break into the back of him. You know, you two know, you both know. Good stuff. Keep it on the black stuff. Keep it neat and tidy, because Alphanut is hunting you down. Alpha had a little wiggle on. Liam Anfield will be liking that. He'll be doing smiley emoji, smiley emoji, smiley emoji. Alpha again, losing the back end a little bit, but he's just... Oh no! Oh no! What's happened? What's happened, Guesty? Oh, I've got to go back. Guesty slowing down. Oh no! Don't say that is the commentator curse. Oh God, no! Please don't. So Racer Brown in second with Guesty in third. They're going into the braking zone. Guesty, oh, he just could not slow the car down. Oh no, Racer Brown crawling back onto the track, but there you see Alpha and Liam. They don't need much more, and Guesty obviously going to pull over and let his teammate through after all of that. Oh, painful, painful, but great for Alpha. Alpha up into second, and now Liam Anfield looking like he's getting up into third, whilst Guesty, I think, is waiting for Racer Brown. Oh, the worst thing that could happen to teammates. Absolutely. Poor, poor, poor Guesty and Racer Brown. Oh, yuck. So, little GG's at this point absolutely flying. We're nearly 16, 17 minutes nearly into this race. He's got a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's doing a nice steady 243. He hasn't, except for the first two laps, it's been 243s all the way along. Alphanut coming to life right near the on the sixth lap, doing a 46, but he's got Liam Anfield really pressuring now. He's 49 on that, but he had to overtake two Toyotas. Liam Anfield really grinding in the pressure. He needs to not lose as many points on little GG's as he possibly can. Racer Brown in that fourth spot with Guesty, licking his wounds a little bit, I imagine, but still in a great... Oh, Noxie. Noxie's up to sixth. Who's dropped out? Gazman. Gazman is down. Oh, I don't know how long ago it is. Should we try? Gazman 10th, Gazman 8th, Gazman 7th. Here we go. So we had Gazman. He was in 6th spot. Oh, he just went out a little bit wide, came back on, joined. Everything seems fine there. We've seen, oh, and there you go, a bit of dirt on his back tyres. As soon as he put the accelerator down, the back end shot round, and there you go, Noxie in the Ford up into 6th spot. And Ian Graham coming around, taking 7th, is he? Yes, I'm afraid so. So Gazman then rejoining, but too late. He's got Homesick and Kale flying by. Where did Elevate go then? Oh, Elevate's ended up behind Skyjacker. I think we saw that though. Jim on Wise right down there. Oh, Jim on Wise pitted, topped it in fuel. But that's not going to make it all the way, is it? If he had to go in and get fuel. It's Jim on Wise now. Most of these, I imagine, will be trying to get to the 20-minute mark on that fuel. They're doing okay. Liam Anfield's hunting down Alpha. He's doing the best on the fuel so far. Racer Brown, they're all showing around about quarter of a tank of fuel. They might just make it with only 2 minutes left. That's what, about 1 lap left to the halfway mark. So at the end of this lap, maybe they can pit. Noxie in 6th place in that Ford Mustang. Absolutely stunning drive. Graham up to 7th with his earlier woes from the lead. Kale there in 8th. Homesick Alien, he was really out of it early on, and he's moved himself up to 9th, ahead of his teammate in 10th. Skyjacker, sorry, wrong button. Skyjacker in 11th, ahead of Elevate, who also was leading this race at some point. And Jim on Wise, we saw he was in a right battle earlier. So little GG's looking like he's got this. Absolutely, look at that. The distance he's got on Alphanot. Liam Anfield still keeping him company in a wet spa with Racer Brown just slightly further back. When the pit stops happen, they've got to get fuel at some point. They'll be trying to make that fuel last, like I said, halfway, so it's only a one stopper. I think Jim on Wise will struggle to get that to the end of the race. He may have to come back in, unless he had a quarter of a tank when he pitted or something. That doesn't make no sense. So fifth is Guesty, still ahead of Noxie. It's not a million miles ahead of Noxie. Noxie did a 250.6 on his last lap. Guesty did a 259, but we saw he had it coming together with his teammate. Had to pull over for him. Guesty, he's 4/10 up on his fastest, which was a 249.7. So that's early 249s he's doing. He's not a million miles behind Guesty. Guesty's got to pick the pace up. We know those Toyotas are fast, though, here in the rain. Look, Racer Brown catching up with Liam Anfield and Alphanot pulling away. No, they're not pitting at the end of this lap, like I said they may. Little GG's carried one route, Racer Brown. Liam Anfield did, and so did Racer Brown. They've both come in. It's close enough to halfway for them too. They've still got quite a bit of fuel left, so yeah, they should easily make it. Little GG's, he carried on. Alphanot, he's carried on. I thought he said he pitted, but Alphanot back at, and oh no, because Alphanot he was loads further back, so he's not pitted yet. He's going around. IR Graham also not pitting. It's a weird pit lane though, so it's hard to say. Yes, Alphanot is at the top of a rouge, so he's definitely in that position. There, IR Graham coming around. Liam Anfield fourth. He's just come out the pits behind his teammate, all topped up with fuel. There you see Racer Brown coming out, all topped up with fuel. Homesick Alien, he's got half a tank. I don't know if he's pitted. I don't think he has. I think he's going for a really long run. Sixth place now. Guesty out of the pits. He's sat between the two Nissans who haven't pitted yet, but seem to be doing okay on their fuel, especially Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, he might be trying not to pit at all. Look, can he do it? 21 minutes. He's only just gone past his halfway of his fuel. Look at this, a three-way battle. Two Nissans and a Toyota. The pride of Japan. And there we see Homesick. No, Gazman just ahead of Guesty and Homesick, but Homesick, I think he's trying to save that fuel. I think he's trying to get to the end. Skyjacker's caught him up. I don't know if it's a good look for him. Skyjacker doesn't need to pit yet. He's got quarter of a tank. Elevate there, quarter of a tank. Noxie in 11th. He's pitted, got loads. He was 6th, remember, so keep an eye on him. 11th come out ahead of Jim on Wise. Kale, oh, Kale having more issues. Smashed the front of his car at the top of Eau Rouge. Those BMWs are hard to handle. There we see Lil GG's coming around. He must come in the pits this time. Where will that put him out? He needs to be out ahead of Liam Anfield. Is it in second? It was Guesty, I think. No, it was Liam Anfield and Alpha. Alpha, he didn't pit. Did he pit and not put fuel in or something? Because it seems like he was a lot further back from Little GG's. Little GG's may be able to make the pit stop and come back out. IR Graham ahead. Where is Alpha? Yeah, Alpha didn't pit. Liam Anfield did. So it's really, Little GG should be able to pit and maybe just come out just behind Alpha, not I would guess. Or no, Alpha also going in. So the next question is, what will IR Graham do? Stay out or go in? He's got Liam Anfield not too far behind. The two Toyotas already pitted. Homesick Alien has got ahead of Guesty. Guesty's dropped behind the Nissan of Homesick Alien. And Skyjacker just catching up. There you see, they've all pitted now. Little GG's in and out again in the lead. Liam Anfield retaking his second place, is he? Racer Brown, but we don't know until they get round La Source. That's where the pit exit is. So it's difficult to call, but it looks like Liam Anfield is definitely coming up to the pit exit in second place. Fantastic stuff. There, Liam Anfield is, Racer Brown is ahead of Alphanut. Alphanut has fueled up. He's come out behind Racer Brown. Racer Brown managing to jump the Lexus on the pit stops. Gazman still not pitting, still going around, and so is Homesick. I think Homesick might be trying to go till the end of this race, which is very brave. Very brave. And there, Guesty, we saw he pitted, and now he's stuck behind the Nissans. That's really going to ruin his race. He wants to crack on. Skyjacker also not pitting, but I don't think there's enough fuel to go the whole race. He will need to do a splash and dash. We're at 24 minutes of this 40-minute race. So we've got 16 minutes left of racing. Ira Graham in 9th. We saw him dropping into the pits. Oh, it seems like Noxie's missed out a lot. Seems to be mixed. Noxie waiting for those guys ahead of him to pit to make up those places. Elevate in 11th. Jim on Wise is ahead of Kale. We saw Kale. Kale's having a nightmare. He slowed down to let the cars past. He just can't get the wheel spin. Is absolutely tragic in that BMW. So there you see little Gigi's just lapping last place. Elevate. He's on his outlap. He has Liam Anfield in second with Racer Brown managing to shuffle ahead of Alphanut. Alphanut more fuel than the other guys. So we don't know if that's enough fuel to get Liam Anfield to the end. We imagine it is. But little Gigi's put more fuel in. But that Audi was doing well on its fuel. So maybe that's all he needs to get to the end of this race. Racer Brown how far behind? Not too far. With Alpha quite close behind them. Then there's a bit of a gap to Gazman, who has not pitted still. He's got just under a quarter of a tank. We've got Homesick Alien just over a quarter of a tank. We think Homesick Alien might not be pitting. We think, you know, there is no rule. He's up to 6th. Whoa, the car's going sideways. Absolutely crazy driving out there. He's got Skyjacker right behind him. Well, Skyjacker will have to pit before the end of the race. So I imagine Homesick's not too nervous about letting Skyjacker know past if he knows that Skyjacker hasn't stopped. But I don't suppose there's any way of him knowing that. Guesty, Ira Graham. There's Guesty in 9th. It's not worked well for him. The pit stops, getting stuck behind Nissans. And now he seems to have dropped behind Ira Graham after the pits. Noxie in 10th, he's pitted. He was up to 6th as well. He'll be wondering why no one else has gone in yet. And he hasn't started seeing those spaces coming back. So little Gigi's leading from Liam Anfield. Commanding win, look at that. Look at the distance he's got. King of Spa. My iPad died. So the King of Spa. Little Gigi's, well done my friend. I know we've still got a good 13.5 minutes of racing. Liam Anfield at 2nd place, but it's looking all pretty much tied up here. Alphanut and Gazman are who's close together. Well, there's some racing here. Homesick Alien, we saw Ira Graham getting past Skyjacker, sorry, in the tow. Skyjacker coming back at IR Graham. IR Graham knows to defend. He knows how to put that car in awkward places. And he's sitting there in 7th ahead of Skyjacker. Maybe a little bit of onboard action from Skyjacker sitting on board. You can see Homesick Alien. Ooh, Homesick Alien going out wide. Those tyres probably are getting quite crappy. Hasn't pitted, but nor has Skyjacker. So Skyjacker's tyres might be feeling kind of pelted. Maybe Homesick did pit. I don't know. Because his tyres would be quite shagged, wouldn't they? So there you see IR Graham making a smooth move up the inside of the Alien. The Alien now down to 7th, back ahead of Skyjacker. Quick run through. Oh, Skyjacker's fuel is starting to flash now, so he will be visiting the pits pretty soon. 7th there, we see Homesick Alien, quarter of a tank. He's got no wear on those tyres. He's got a bit of wear at the back, but are people, yeah, he's showing wear, same as Gazman. Gazman needs to come in with only 12 minutes to go, less than 12 minutes to go. Liam Anfield all over the back of Alphanut. Alphanut having to go back into defence mode. Racer Brown in 2nd. Was that the way it was? It wasn't. That wasn't the way it was. Hang on a minute. Sorry, guys. So, wasn't Liam Anfield in second? There we see what happened. So, Liam Anfield in second. Everything's looking okay. And then, oh, just slightly going off there. Tough one there. And there you see Racer Brown coming around to take second spot. He's coming back to Racer Brown after his collision with his teammate, Guesty. Now back up into second spot after Liam Anfield's mistake, and Alpha Nut trying to catch up that little group ahead of him. He's going faster than he's gone before in this race. Little GG's still flying. So now Racer Brown takes up second spot. I believe Racer Brown was one of the guys on the podium, so we're still looking at 10 different people. Hang on. Racer Brown. Yeah, he's one of the ones accounted for podiums, and Alphanut has had a podium before as well. Alphanut's podium came in the first round in the feature race, so first round and last round, Alpha. I don't believe there's been any since. No. But there you go, little GG's leading the way from Racer Brown in second spot with Alpha, Gazman finally pitting, and Skyjacker promoting Homesick Alien up into sixth place. Noxie back up in seventh, so he's lost that sixth to Homesick Alien. He'll be hoping the Alien runs out of fuel before the end of this race, or has to reserve a lot more. Guesty feeling like he lost out a bit. He was up there, pitted, same as his teammate who is in second spot. Unfortunately, he came out behind the Nissans, where Racer Brown came out ahead of the Nissans, and Guesty just he got a wall of Nissans when he should be flying. Skyjacker coming out the pits then. Both of those, Guesty ahead of Skyjacker Elevate, not managing to get past Skyjacker during that pit stop. And Jim on Wise there a little bit further back. So little GG's leading this race. We've got some 11 and a minute, it's just over 11 minutes left of racing, sorry, with Racer Brown in second spot, just ahead of Alpha, but Alpha is having to defend from Liam Anfield. We think they're all running to the end now. Oh, I thought Racer Brown was over the curbs, being a brave boy in that Toyota. There, Alpha not under pressure, but he's pulled a little bit away from Liam Anfield. That back end, when they turn this corner, I see that back end scare. Oh, it scares the living daylights out of me. So Liam Anfield maybe driving clever now, thinking of the championship, just the points. Don't want to throw anything off at this late stage. He will be aware though, little GG's is leading the way. IR Graham, his teammate, just behind him in fifth. With Homesick Alien, I think hasn't pitted, doing a fine race, getting himself a sixth spot out of nothing. He's doing his fastest laps now, so if he has got no grip on those tyres, he's somehow getting them to work for him. There's no traction control on that Nissan, so he's doing it all with his right foot. Unbelievable. There he goes. Seventh place, Noxie having a great race here for Ford Mustang. Noxie's the highest position he's had. Hang on, Noxie. I think his highest position maybe 10th. Yeah, his highest position is 10th. So this is a great finish for him if he can keep it there. Guesty though, 58.7. Has he been back in the pits? 58.7 seems quite long. Doesn't say out lap, so he must have had a tough lap on that last lap. But he's not far behind Noxie. Noxie did his fastest lap at 2:48.1 last time around, some 10 seconds faster than Guesty. So, oh, Guesty must have slipped behind Noxie maybe. I'm not sure what quite happened there. Little GG's dominant, absolutely dominant. He's really far ahead of second spot. Racer Brown, you can see Alphanut in his wing mirrors, but Alphanut having a rear view mirror full of the Audi of Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield wants a podium at least out of this. Got less than 8 minutes left of racing. At this point, it is absolutely crazy between them, from Racer Brown to Alpha to Liam Anfield, and Isle Graham's there just in case they do anything to each other, take each other off. There's Homesick Alien with his no-stop strategy, I believe. Now, I mean, the rules do say they have to, in the dry, they have to use a compulsory tyre, but there is no rule saying they have to make a pit stop. Obviously, in wets, they can only use one type of tyre. Noxie then in 7th, trying to keep Guesty at bay in the last dying embers of this season. Noxie and Guesty deciding to have a shootout. Gazman in 9th, still struggling to get the Nissan to find some traction here in the wet. Skyjacker after his pit stop down to 10th. 11th for Elevate and Jibble Mars. I've lost Kale. Did Kale disappear? Oh, it looks like Kale gave up. So little GG's. There's no giving up on him. He's got the fastest lap of 2:43.407. He got on lap 3. He's been in the 43s mostly. Just dropped into the 44s. But so far, everything looking cool. He's got such a lead. Alpha now bringing himself closer to Racer Brown. Liam Anfield dropping away. He's dropped quite away from Alpha. He was there, lurching over his shoulder, and now he's quite a way behind, which means IR Graham getting closer to Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield seeing the championship slipping away from him. Alpha not deciding to turn on the pressure for the Toyota. He wants to finish. Everyone wants to finish the season on a bang. No one's going to get that first place. They'll have to wrestle it from little GG's. He'll have to stop, have a cup of tea. Oh, Racer Brown struggling with the chicane in this final part of the race, this final section. And Alpha now all over the back of him, I believe. Oh, Liam Anfield's had to come in. Liam Anfield has come in. Maybe he's just lost all grip. He just did his fastest lap on the lap before, but it is saying he's coming into the pits. Maybe he made a mistake. I don't know. There's only five and a half minutes left of this race. I think fuel is fine. And there you see Homesick Alien. He didn't quite manage to make it. He's had to pit right at the dead. So little GG's having a great time there up in front. Wondering what happened to everyone, I imagine. Racer Brown in 2nd. He was under pressure from Alpha, but it looks like Alpha's having to drop off. Looks like Alpha has dropped off with the pressure. IR Graham up into 4th place and catching Alpha at this point in the race. Liam Anfield came back out in 5th. Noxie getting back that 6th place. But can he hold it with Homesick Alien, brand new tyres? Oh no, he didn't change his tyres. He just topped the fuel up. I can still see red nubbins on the back. And Guesty all over the back of the Nissan. Guesty's got enough fuel. He's probably got fresher tyres than the Alien. He's looking for a way past, and there, up the straight. Re-up ya. Ah, kid. Take a bit of that. There's my Toyota. Smashing stuff from Guesty, trying to make the most of a bad situation when he got caught behind those Nissans earlier, you remember. Those Nissans pretty much ruined his race. And Homesick Alien, oh my gosh. Homesick Alien having all sorts of offs there in 8th, coming back on the track, losing the place to his teammate Gazman. That's got to be his championship. He had a terrible sprint race, and now he's having just as bad a feature race. Little GG's having a super time. And there, Racer Brown, he's not under as much pressure from Alpha, but Alpha looks like he's going to be seeing IR Graham. 4 minutes left of this race, 2 laps to go. Liam Anfield, oh, he's lost the back end. How far away is Noxie? Noxie way too far. Liam Anfield should get back on the track, no problem. Is this championship disappearing? Is this little GG's? Liam Anfield had a strong sprint race in the Audi TT. But was that enough? Little GG's finishing in 2nd. He was only 10 points behind him before this race started. It's all going to be about drop scores, I believe. And there you see Little GG's going fastest on the 13th lap with a 2:42.923. He's still got it in him. Racer Brown, he's got... he's not miles away from Alpha. He's still got to keep it clean. He's still got to keep it on track. IR Graham trying to catch up with the Lexus. 3 more minutes to go. There they go, around again. We might even get another lap after this lap. Liam Anfield struggling in the dying embers of this race. His championship, I don't know. We'll wait until the end of this race and I will read out the championship as it finished. But there he is in 5th. So Noxie in the Ford Mustang coming across 6th place to start his final lap of this championship. Guesty also 7th. In 8th, Gasman. 9th, Homesick Alien. 10th, Skyjacker. In 11th, Elevate, going a bit of lawn mowing for Belgium there. And Jim on Wise there in 12th. So, my lord, there we go. Little Gigi's really pushing it. He is absolutely throwing it out there. He's on a world of his own. He's racing himself at the moment. Racer Brown, though. Racer Brown looks like he's got Alpha Nut and IR Graham catching him up. IR Graham now up into 3rd spot ahead of Alpha. Alpha in the dying lap of this race, struggling against the Audi. And Racer Brown, he's only just there. IR Graham looks like he's going to snatch 2nd place at this rate. Come on, Racer Brown, keep it there. He's on low fuel. He wants to save his fuel. He doesn't want to race. But there he goes. IR Graham, I think he's had to lean out the engine to get to the end of the race, has Racer Brown. So there, IR Graham's fuel's flashing also. Racer Brown's fuel's flashing. Alpha's got plenty of fuel. He's in 4th. Whereabouts are they? They're right around the other end of the track, Harkid. They're not going to... So there we see. Ooh, someone's had an off. Who's off? Who's off? Who's off? Who was off? I don't know. I've missed it. It was Elevate. Sorry. Elevate, Jim on Wise getting ahead of Elevate. Is Elevate going to disappear like Kale? Is he just taking it into the pits? Just going to park up. I don't know what he's up to. There he is. Boo-hoo. So Little GG's absolutely dominant in his win. IR Graham just doing his fastest lap near the end with a 2:43.1. 2:42.9, only 2/10 off the fastest lap. Alpha has got past Racer Brown. Racer Brown just trying to conserve fuel and bring it home. Liam Anfield, he's way too far behind now for Liam to make anything out of that. Unless Racer Brown does run out of fuel totally, but it looks like he's got some dribbles in there. Here we see, going up to the final chicane. No, we're not. No, gosh, it's these that are just crossing the line. We're not at 40 minutes yet, so they get to do another lap. Racer Brown gets to do another lap. Is it Liam Anfield then? 3, 2, 1, 40 minutes. So Liam Anfield crossing the line in 5th spot. Is that enough for his championship? We do not know. 6th place for Noxie in the Ford Mustang. That is amazing. After the car's performance this season, he's ended with an absolute huge one. 6th place, well done. Guesty in 7th, great for him. Gasman finishing 8th ahead of his teammate. Homesick trying the 1 stop but didn't quite make it work. Finishing in 9th. Skyjacker there crossing the line in 10th place. 11th for Jim One Wise ahead of Elevate. But really we want to watch Little GG's. He's got a way to go yet. He's behind Elevate, I think. Elevate, he's just behind. So Little GG's. IR Graham ahead of Alpha Nut and Racer Brown. Oh, he's just bringing it home now. He's got hardly any fuel there. Alpha trying to give IR Graham. IR Graham is going to run out of fuel. He is too far away. There's no way that car can make it. There is absolutely no way. Look at that. He's on fumes. Come on, Alpha Nut, push him. He's on fumes. Alpha Nut wouldn't know that at the moment though. He's just thinking, why is he not disappearing off in the distance? He doesn't know his fuel saving. He can only guess. So IR Graham looking around the outside, no. I mean, Alpha looking around the outside. See, we got Little GG's in the final chicane, just coming through to take the final win of the season. Congratulations. There you go, Little GG's, that, and fastest lap to boot. There we see IR Graham staying ahead. Oh, he's pulled a little bit away. Alpha Nut must have made a small mistake. He's quite far away. Oh, poor Alpha. But there, can IR Graham make it? I don't think he can make it. I think he's going to run out of fuel. I really do. He's got to go all the way through Blanchemont. Oh, but Alpha's fuel is starting to flash. Racer Brown, we know, is just trying to crawl to the end. Lyle Graham, it's got nothing there. There's no red. There we see he's run out of fuel. Alphanut taking second spot on the very final part of the track. Alphanut up into second. Can Racer Brown? Has he got enough fuel just to get ahead of... Oh, poor IR Graham. IR Graham just out of fuel really near the end, but Racer Brown didn't have much in it. So there we see Alphanut coming around to take second place on the podium with Racer Brown. He's just got enough fuel to get across the line. Poor IR Graham. There we see Racer Brown crawling across the line. IR Graham coming towards the line. For you. Wow, what a race, eh? What a race! That was unbelievable. I don't know why I'm writing these results down for the final, but I just like to. There you see little GG's. That's not a great shot. Hang on. There you see little GG's just behind Jim and Wise as Aston Martin takes the win. So little GG's in the end got 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wins out of this season. Great stuff. Alphanut in second place, his top finish of the season. Going out with a bang. There was a few of them going out with a bang. Alphanut being one of them in the Lexus. Dragging it up into second spot. Racer Brown in the Toyota. A great podium. He's had a podium before at round 2 in the feature race. But other than that, it's the only time he's featured on the podium. So second podium of the season for Racer Brown. Fantastic stuff. IR Graham, poor IR Graham, just not enough fuel. It was a dead cert second place, but there you go, 4th. In 5th, Liam Anfield. Was that the end of his championship? Although we've got to remember, little GG's, I think, got disqualified from a round and can't count that round as his drop score. So we'll just have to wait. We'll have to wait to the table. I'll tell you it as soon as we've had a rundown. 6th for Noxie in the Ford Mustang. Yes, my son. Go on. Top finish of the season for him. The best he'd done was a 10th before that. And he's gone 4 places better. He wants the season to carry on now. He's got the Ford sorted out. He knows how to drive it. It's got to be in the wet. 7th for Guesty. Where is Guesty? 7th, equaling his sprint. His best finish of the season was 5th place. In 8th, Gazman. 8th, Gazman at a 2nd place at round 7. That was his best finish. And it may have been his only time on the podium, it looks like. I think he's only had the 1 podium. Couple of 4s, couple of 5s. So Gazman having the full experience of a season. Homesick Alien finishing in 9th. Trying something different. 1 stop, didn't quite go for him. It's put him down into 9th place. That's got to be a bullet in his championship chances, I would think, but I don't know until I look. 10th for Skyjacker there, finishing the season. 2 good strong results, 9th and 10th. 11th for Jim One Wise. Where is he? Where is he? He's there. And no, 10th is his best finish, so close. 12th for Elevate. Fair play. He stuck with it, even though that car did not want to play in the rain. So there are your race results of the GTMC Season 3, and what a blast we have had. So let me see. You watch, my phone will be dead and I won't be able to tell you the final table. I'll just tell you the final table with the drop scores and not mess around. It's getting on. This has been a long one. It's usually about 1 hour and 20 minutes, these GTMC ones, and I've got a feeling this has been a lot longer than that. Probably coming up to 2 hours or something. I'm not sure. Excuse me, my iPad died, so I can't tell you. Why can't I find GTMC when I'm in a rush? So here we go. Drivers table. Oh, I could tell you the manufacturers table after drop scores. Here we go. Then in the end, Audi won on 648 points, closely followed by Peugeot on 637 points. I think Matt Psycho not showing up for the last round and not being able to get a replaced driver really sort of shot their chances, because they were leading that championship. Nissan finishing in third in the end with 581 points, with BMW fourth on 511 points, I think that is. After BMW, we have the Lexus on 407 points. Then the Fords on 249 points. 8th for Aston Martin with 106 points. And 9th, Mercedes with 93 points. So that was your manufacturers in the end. Well done, Audi, IR Graham and Liam Anfield. Great driving from the pair of you. And here we see the table of the final standings. And it looks like, yeah, they dropped their 3 lowest scores. So this is going to be interesting. Drum roll. Oh, I don't know if I can do a drum roll. The winner of the championship, keep an eye on the screen, I'm going to press it, Liam Anfield. Congratulations, Liam Anfield, top of the championship with 352 points. Second place, Little GG's on 345 points, with Homesick Alien finishing third on 340 points. In fourth, IR Graham on 338 points, with 5th place going to Matt Psycho with 297 points. In 6th, Racer Brown in the end with 274 points, ahead of Kale in 7th on 271 points. In 8th, Alpha Nut on 261 points, with Gazman just below him on 252 points. I hope I haven't gone a squiff. Kale 271, Alpha 261, Gazman is on 252, Elevate is on 231, Guesty in 11th is on 179, Skyjacker in 12th on 158, with Jam Huntington in 13th on 139, Noxie in 14th on 127th, Jim on Wise in 15th on 106, 16th for Shadow Rider with 93, and Stigman obviously standing in that one race got 40 points in 17th. So Liam Anfield, congratulations, you go in our Hall of Champions forever. That never gets taken down. So thank you everyone for joining in to the GTMC3. It's been an absolute pleasure for me. It always kicks up some fine racing, and I've enjoyed myself very much. Don't worry, there isn't going to be a big hole in your life suddenly if this is what you use to fill it, because Jam Huntington is running a Porsche Sprinter Trophy Championship, and that's going to be a 3 sprint race with a very interesting twist with the tyres. They have to use all 3 compounds over all 3 races, but it's up to them what race. So it should be a nice mix, and people will try and use that as a tactical advantage, I'm sure. So please keep an eye out for our new Tuesday evening league, the Porsche Sprinter Trophy. Dun, dun, dun. There'll be some more WRX action coming your way pretty soon, I imagine. Round 2 of that in the mud. And then obviously next Friday is round 8 of next Friday, you don't know when you're watching this, but Friday will be round 8 of the MTCC. Saying goodbye to a lot of things. Said goodbye to Max on Saturday, said goodbye to HPEC on Sunday, and now today I'm saying goodbye to GTMC3. Oh ye friend, you've been good to me. It'll be back stronger and faster and better than before, trust me. So I was your broadcaster and commentator, signing off. Thank you for listening. I was, oh my god, I don't know, Stupet. No, that's rubbish. Bill Loney, maybe. Yuri Nater. Seymour Butts. Joe King. Doug Witherspoon. Oliver Closeoff. Don Key. Alcoholic. I've used them all, I think. I did get sent some, but I'm not opening my phone. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back. Keep an eye out. Bye. Cheerio.